Welcome back to Crossroaded. Thank you for listening. Subscribe YouTube, follow us on Instagram, X, Twitter, TikTok, whatever you want to call it. But hey, we're back this week and we're going to talk about Millville, probably the most beautiful track out on the circuit. But first, as always, let's introduce the co-hosts here. First off, on my right, Full Spirit. We're going to talk about AP, but we got AP Junior over here. What's up, Zach? How's it going?
What's going on? Finally got her in. She's been on back order forever, so
Damn.
Listen to that. I listened to the accent too, dude.
$8,000 gift when I bought my bike. So
Damn. That's funny. Gas is giving away mountain bikes. KTM's giving away cowboy hats.
Yeah, they can't sell them.
That's funny. And then in the middle here, Justin. Welcome back, Justin.
What's up, guys?
And then back, I think this is 2 shows in a row. CJ, welcome back. Not on the road this time, so that'll be nice.
Yeah, on a hot streak, not on the road. Southwick, baby.
Hell yeah. Well, all right, boys. Well, let's go right into it. Yeah, like Southwick. I mean,
I got Southwick. Hey, I got Southwick on the TV right here. My bad.
Oh shit!
Shit, he's gonna be giving us highlights while he's watching Southwick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Millville is actually pretty sandy this year. What you guys think?
Yeah, where's Mount Martin at?
Yeah. But talking about Millville, I mean, to me, the track prep was perfect, dude. Like, what I loved about it is I want to see these guys haul ass. I want to make it look like they haul ass. A lot of the tracks, like Redbud that we just left, a lot of them have been ripped really deep. Kind of slows it down a lot. It's not nearly as exciting of racing. But CJ, we'll start with you. What do you think of the track prep? Do you think it was good? Or do you think maybe they let it a little too hard pack because those guys were hauling ass everywhere, and you could tell.
No, dude, I think, for one, I think Millville is the best track on the circuit. I mean, Redbud's awesome. 4th of July, it's awesome. California, Paula, the start of the season is awesome. But, dude, something about Millville, and it's just beautiful. It's, you got the green all around it. They got the big hill, which a lot of these tracks don't really have these big hills anymore. But dude, I thought it was amazing. I thought the track was unreal. It was tons of lines everywhere, super fast. It looked like they were hauling ass, like you said. It didn't seem like it was scary, but it seemed like, these guys got to open it up.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then Justin, this track is usually known for one of the tougher starts, but I felt like this year was pretty good. I remember last year, I think it was when Deegan went down. I think it's when he kicked Hymas's boot, or Hymas's boot made him tuck the front. So, I mean, overall, I think it went pretty well.
Yeah, this a lot of the guys normally say it's like the most dangerous start just because of how fast it is, and it's a right turn or right hand, and it's kind of like tight and sharp. It's more direct. It's not really a slow down. It's just full speed. So JMART made it look easy. He didn't have no problem getting 2 whole shots. But yeah, like CJ said, this track has a combination of everything. You got big gnarly sand whoops along a river, and then you got these big mountains. You got a bunch of off cambers, a little bit of everything at this track. And yeah, like the way the track prep was, like on the one side where it was sandy, it developed rough and deep, coming up to the catapult. I saw it got really gnarly. But then like in the off cambers of those hill corners, there's multiple lines, so they're going inside, outside. I think Millville always kills the track prep every year pretty much. I mean, I don't remember really a Millville we are complaining about them ripping it too deep or not. But I think they use that snow like a snow machine, like something they use on snow and stuff like that for the track. So I don't know what it is, but it's some type of snow tractor that they normally have for snowboarding and stuff. So
That thing that almost killed, what's his name? Renner, what's his name?
Yeah, the one got stuck under it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah,
But
that guy. Well, thank you, Justin, for that in-depth track prep breakdown. My
You're
God.
welcome.
Zach, I mean, is there anything left to say? Or what do you got?
I mean, I agree with TJ, dude. I think it's the best track on the circuit. I don't know why, but every year I get so surprised at how big Mount Martin actually is. That video that Cody Shock posted, I don't know if you guys saw it, him going down
sick.
it. Fucking naughty.
That was sick, dude.
That was naughty. That was honestly, I think that's one of my favorite clips of the weekend.
Dude, he looks like he's going 80 miles an hour into 2-foot braking bumps.
Yeah. And every year I'm just so surprised at the elevation change on that I'm like, why the fuck don't I remember this year in and year out? Like, yeah, it was a good track. I liked it.
Even that
Yeah, and
the triple up the hill is gnarly too. The
mhm,
Yeah.
fact that they're getting that, like,
yep.
it's not that long, but that mountain's just so steep, dude. They just get boosted in the air and just fall fall
Do
out of
you
the
think
sky.
like the track prep and like the design of the track and like the reason why it seems like it flows so good is because like riders are the ones that are setting the track up. You know, Alex and Jeremy's, you know, they've got to have so much say in it. Like, do you think that, you know, Glenn Helen or Paula or whatever is getting ran by some dude that owns the track, but Jeremy and Alex obviously raced on that level. I mean, that's got to play a role in it.
Oh, I'm sure it
Yeah,
probably definitely does. I mean, A-Mart's pretty much running the facility, I believe now. So, and like we saw with J-Mart was tearing banners down after he won
Yeah,
the second moto, you know, in the middle of the week. So, I think
spoiler
definitely is a big
alert.
thing.
yeah. We didn't know who won. God damn it.
Yeah.
um,
Oh,
But yeah, I think that plays a huge factor. Those guys know what's going to work and what's not. I mean, I think 8 Mart was on the Pulp show talked about some changes that he maybe want to do. Like he threw out putting a wall jump in the middle of that downhill just to kind of slow it down a little bit, but they didn't make it in there. But yeah, I mean, they even say anyone that has ridden Glen Helen and Millville say that Mount Martin is way bigger, way steeper than what Glen Helen is. And that's pretty crazy
Hmm.
because we all know what staple, Mount St. Helen is. So it's cool
Yeah.
that Millville can match it. Well, all right. That was it for the track. Going into our developing stories, we just found out, I think it was today, AP out for Washougal. We've seen quite a few guys drop here towards the end of the season, which to me, Zach, we'll start with you. By the end of this outdoor season, we're either seeing guys bail out. We saw, Cooper Webb leave to go get a surgery done. AP. We've seen Jason Anderson miss a few rounds, a few 250 guys. So is it time to make a change to the schedule to where we have a better chance of getting these guys to show up for every round in outdoors? And if so, what do we change? Do we get rid of SMX? Do we shorten Supercross? Or is it just, it is what it is? It's a long season.
I don't think I could tell you where I think the change should come. Me as a spectator, obviously I'm like, fuck yeah, more races, let's keep it going. But then again, at the same time, like I would rather see, maybe a cut 5 rounds and have everyone there. Not that it guarantees everyone's going to be there, but we're standing on what, 2 guys left in the 450s that have made it every single round this year.
Yep.
So I don't know where the cut should be. I'm not going to pretend that I do, but I think there's got to be a sit down and a talk at some point of how to get these guys some more longevity throughout the season, for us as spectators, and not to see just everyone else is out, so now it's just one guy for the kind of how we did in Supercross. It was just Chase
Hmm.
and Cooper Webb when there was a lot of guys that could have been up there in the fight. So I don't know where it should be, but I think there should be a talk.
Yeah. And then CJ, going over to you, I know the SMX thing, it's a 3 race. They're trying to make a playoff format. But to be honest, you hear all guys all the time talk about, hey, I got to go do a couple outdoors. I got to make sure I fall in these standings. We saw Roxon line up and do a couple of them. So what do you think? Do you think get rid of SMX or do you leave it? Because that's what's keeping these guys to do outdoors. Because without it, we saw guys not signing up for outdoors anyways.
Yeah, I think you need an incentive. I think the incentive of SMX is really good, and kind of the reasoning that SMX came around was to keep the guys over here instead of jumping ship and going to ride that WSX, which I think has kind of been a flop. I don't think we have to
Hmm.
worry about that happening. But I do think that something needs to happen. These guys have 1 week coming out of Supercross to get ready for motocross. I think that already is. I mean, this has obviously been done forever, but if you're thinking about changing some stuff, I say give them a bigger break between Supercross and motocross, and then instead of adding a 3 race deal for SMX, like bring back something like Monster Cup and run Monster Cup as like a triple crown, so you can still do the whole different, maybe race one of the triple crown at Monster Cup is whatever points, and then the second moto is double points, or however the hell they do the SMX situation. Throw a whole bunch of money into Monster Cup, and you can get that whole SMX series done in one night somewhere.
Hmm.
And you could still pile a whole bunch of money in it. That gives incentive for these guys to show up to the races indoors and outdoors, but it also gives them 2 extra weekends that they could throw in, after Supercross. Give them a 3 week break after Supercross, and I don't know. Maybe we get some more healthy guys. Maybe we don't. I mean, like Zach said, it doesn't guarantee anything. We could come back and have the same situation, and obviously, we don't know what all goes into this behind the scenes. But it's an idea. It's fun to talk about.
Yeah, no, and then Justin, over to you. He mentioned it. It's a short break, Supercross. They get done with Supercross, what is it, 2 weeks, and then they go straight to outdoors. Like that's gnarly. They do 17 rounds of Supercross, and what is it, 10 or 11 rounds in outdoors, and then they got SMX. You guys really don't have much of a break, but what about? I mean, we all hear about the outdoors, payouts being ass. Like, why not just take some of the money, throw it in outdoors, and make outdoors just as much of a staple as it is Supercross? Because to be honest, this season outdoors has been better than Supercross, in my opinion. It's been way more exciting to watch. What do you think?
Yeah, I like that idea. I think we should, like CJ said, make a bigger break and then like bring back the Monster Cup. I was thinking even like with Monster Cup, you can do it like 2 nights, do a Friday, Saturday night, race or something like that. You can do 2 motos each night or something. That way, you don't have a bunch of travel in between. You're doing two kind of separate rounds. You can do a combined score, for a title. But yeah, take some of this money and just throw it into more outdoors. There's a lot of people that, aren't really making much money at all. I think even outside of the top 10, it's not really worth showing up most of the time, if you're kind of doing it on your own. So, yeah, just spread more money out, maybe through outdoors, and then just do one or two rounds. I think we need to get away from the drag strip tracks. I don't really like those. I think they just set up really weird. If anything, just do the speedway
Well, I think that's
tracks
the
or
point, right? SMX is supposed to be a curveball and something just off the wall that these guys aren't used to.
It is, but I think the speedway tracks just provide better racing. I think maybe just the layouts of the tracks are better, but that might just be my own opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me think like, why did Monster Cup go away to begin with? We've seen it with Red Bull Straight Rhythm. They seem like they're great events and they have a good turnout, but why are they leaving? Is it because of SMX now? But then again, Monster Cup was done well before SMX, showed around too. So it just makes you think those Monster Cups maybe just wasn't as good as profit for them
Oh,
as you would think. But yeah.
I think Monster Cup. I think the last year was 2019 or something like that, and I think COVID hit. I think just before the next year, if I'm guessing right. I'm not sure, but that could have been a big factor. But Monster Cup in Vegas was sick. I think it was
But
definitely one of the best events. One of the best off season races they ever kind of came up with.
Hmm.
And I think too is I think if they throw money in it and they make it a points like a some type of incentive, right? Like these guys combine scoring like SMX and they get points and you come in and it's seeded and you can make Monster Cup kind of tie and whatever. Maybe it's not called Monster Cup, maybe it's called
Hmm.
whatever, the fucking
SMX Cup.
championship or something. Yeah. Whatever. But something like that again where they go to a single event. Um but even Monster Cup, where it was worth nothing. I mean, it literally meant nothing to any championship. But you throw enough
Hmm.
money and guys show up. You had Tomac there, you had AC there. I mean, you had Stewart there. You throw enough money at any of these events, the guys are going to show up. And if you have an incentive like seeded points and you can win X amount of millions of dollars, like people are going to show up. And you give some incentive to show up to these outdoors. Otherwise, you got guys like Roxon and Barsha and whoever else that are just like, oh, I'm going to stay home.
Hmm.
See you later.
Yep. Yeah, the SMX money, I mean, like I said, that's what's making these guys race outdoors and stick around, right? If there's no SMX, there ain't no way Cooper Webb's lining up for outdoors this year.
Right.
He's
Right.
going to take his Supercross season. He's going to like, see you later. I'll see you guys next year. So there are pros and cons to both. Is there any kind of fix to it? Who knows? It's a dangerous sport, right? These guys are going to get hurt no matter what. But it would just be cool just to see these guys maybe last a little bit longer instead of, for example, Chase Sexton. It just seemed like he just needed a break. It was that simple. And for a defending champion to come into outdoor season and feel like he's exhausted kind of sucks, but he's also got to toughen up a little bit and go out there and run it. All right. Well, the next topic I have here, Canadian motocross. That's right. I said it. Canadian motocross has had a heck of an incident this past weekend between Pettis and Dylan Wright. Now, for those of you that don't follow it, Pettis and Wright are out of this championship. They are both 40 plus points down. It's between Nicoletti and I think it was Turner, I think is the guy's name that has an 8 point lead.
Tanner Ward.
Tanner. There you go, Tanner. So those two, they were the heavy favorites, but both of them had a lot of issues. But these guys had the incident on the track. I'll go first because I know you guys are against it. To me, I agree. I don't think Pettis should have posted anything calling it out. I thought that was kind of dumb. If you're going to do that, you better have some solid ass footage that's going to, give you everything you can. But to me, it was a crazy situation. The track was a mess. We saw Pettis kind of look back. To me, he was up ahead of him. I think Wright maybe trying to force it. If he would have just checked up and let kind of Pettis get in front of the lapper and then the down rider, I think they would have been okay. But CJ, we'll go to you. Where's the fault? Is it 50-50? Is it 100% right? Is it 100% Pettis?
I personally, I saw the clip on Instagram. I don't follow Canadian outdoors that much. I didn't even know who the hell Dylan Wright or what is his name? Something Jesse
Jet,
Pettis.
Jeff Pettis, you know who
Jet
he's talking
Yeah.
about.
Pettis.
I don't know who the
Stop
hell he is.
playing.
I literally don't follow Canadian motocross. The only reason I even follow anything with it is because Nicoletti races it. I used to when I raced a lot. I used to, yeah, back in the day. But I don't follow Canadian motor. I haven't seen it. I don't even know if it's on TV. But I saw the clip on Instagram and I saw the post and I literally went immediately to the comments because I was like, "What's going on here?" And then I figured out that Pettis posted the video
Hmm.
and he's basically bashing Wright. And I would like go back and I watched it like multiple times. I'm like, this dude's an idiot. He posted a video of him being in the wrong, pulling in front of somebody, and then he's trying to bash him on his Instagram. I thought it was crazy. I think, yeah, it is a little bit of a racing incident. You could tell it was like slick
Hmm.
when Pettis got back on the gas. But he clearly looks over, sees Dylan Wright coming 30 miles an hour, and then at the last second, I do think that maybe Dylan Wright didn't see the down rider immediately. Like I think maybe he didn't know how much effect that was going to have because it seems like he did swerve right, like kind of right at the last second. But his options were basically plow a down rider, which is terrible. I mean, you never want to see that happen. Or I don't know, stop and let the guy that you're trying to beat go, which also doesn't seem like a good idea. I don't know. To me, it
I
seemed
mean, it's the
like
beginning of the race. That was literally the first lap.
yeah. I just feel like Pettis could have easily gone 20 feet to the right and let Wright go by, and they would have went racing and been perfectly fine. It seemed to me like Pettis was in the wrong in that situation, and he made himself look like an idiot on his own Instagram.
Hey, Justin, what do you think? What was Pettis supposed to do in that situation?
I mean, if you look clearly, Pettis frantically gets on the gas after he looks and sees Dylan Wright coming and going, and
Which
he
any
just kind
guy
of
is
get.
gonna do.
Yeah, but when he gets on it, if you look at the camera angle, there's a lot of room on the right of the track. He kind of goes a little left, trying to close Dylan Wright off to where he has to shut off, or
Hmm.
which I get, but at the same time, you also got to remember this dude's coming in a lot faster, and you have a lot of room. You could have gone right 3 feet, never would have touched him, and probably still drag raced him down to the second corner and maybe won. But instead, you just got greedy and tried to close him off, and you guys ran into each other, and his broken shoulder and broken ribs hurt even more, and they're down, 44, 50 points now. Nicoletti has a good shot to win this title.
So you think that Pettis, seeing that, like I said, they're not even going for the title anymore. They said rivalry, but you think Pettis just saw that, like, oh, Wright's coming, let me go over off to the right and give him more room to get by? That's what you're saying he should have done?
I mean,
Yeah,
he should at least
Why?
been aware that Dylan's coming in a lot faster. So, however fast he gets going, Wright's coming twice as fast to him. So you kind of got to be aware of your surroundings a little bit.
Have you ever
I
heard
mean,
the saying "race forward, don't
it's
yeah,
the
look
but
back"?
whole the whole
he
reason.
looked back to start out with, so he fucked up to start
But
out
he
with.
he looked back, he got in the gas, he took off. But I mean, I sent you guys a
Remember, you're not
screenshot
supposed to look back. You're supposed to
when
race
that collision
forward.
hit, he was still ahead of him. To me, I think, like CJ said, I think maybe watching that video, you can't tell, but I think maybe that Kawasaki guy's like bike was laying down, and then when he picked it up, that's when Dylan Wright was like, "Oh shit, this guy literally
Well,
just picked his handlebars right into
well,
where we're
yeah,
going."
and
Because that bike's
you
laying
could,
down, they give them a lot more room.
yeah, and that's where you see Wright swerve. So it's Wright's literally just trying to get by, and Pettis is just trying to squeeze him off and close him off, and didn't do a good enough job.
Yeah.
My bigger issue with it, like it was a racing incident. I think Pettis was in the wrong. If I had to pick somebody, I think a lot of it was a racing incident. My bigger nitpick with the whole thing is
Is a
Pettis
post.
posting it,
Yeah.
making it
Hmm.
seem like Wright did something terribly wrong when he didn't.
Yeah.
I don't think he did anything terribly wrong.
No, I'm with you. Yeah, if you're gonna post someone and call someone out, it better be
Yeah, he
egregious
better
and
have
obvious,
he
not
better have like
not a
drop kicked you off the
50-50.
bike. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
then
was blown up a lot worse than what it really is.
yeah. Zach, what about you? I think you kind of fall in the same line of everyone else, or maybe he hopped off. Oh no, there he is.
Nope, I'm good.
What where are you
I,
at?
I I agree. I think that I can see it both ways. If I'm Pettis, I wanna close that door on the dude. And if I'm right, you know, I'm not letting him fucking just go. Oh, hold on, I'll slow down so you can go first. But at this, like my biggest deal, like CJ said, is don't don't post it and make yourself look like a fucking dildo. When you know what I mean, it was just an incident, right? So he didn't do anything wrong. Fuck, I don't think either of them did anything wrong. But my biggest gripe is the fucking social media posts. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing.
And like I said, neither one of these guys are in the title fight anymore. They both have DNFs or 40 plus points back. So to me, I don't know what Pettis was doing. I don't know what Dylan Wright was doing, but they're acting like the title was on the line, in that 20 feet section. So,
Do they
but
ride for different teams or the same team? I
Yeah,
couldn't remember.
different
different.
teams. Pettis is on their like factory
Yamaha,
Yamaha, and then
which blew up out there, by the way.
Wright's on Honda. Yeah,
Oh,
you
the
just
bikes
wanted to.
look.
And Wright blew his bike into a million pieces
Shit.
and
Yeah.
been dead. Dude, they said he was like dead on the track, and then all of a sudden
He
he
got
jumped up out of
disqualified.
nowhere. Yeah, he got
He got
disqualified.
disqualified because someone picked up his bike and he hopped on. I guess he was told, "Don't go, you can't ride because you're concussed."
Yeah.
And he hopped on anyways and rode and got TQ'd
Yeah,
for it.
yeah. The guy just picked the bike up to get it off the track, and Wright just dead, and the medical guys are attending to him, and all of a sudden they said he was like a zombie. He just popped up and jumped on the bike and kept going. I'm like, all right. And then I guess he wanted it again after that.
Yeah,
After a
no, definitely
DQ.
exciting over there. That's for sure. And I hope Phil can seal this thing up. It's gonna be cool and exciting to watch. All right. Any other stories that you guys that you guys came across? We'll get to the Vialle and all that in the 250 class. But any other outside stories going around out there?
Not the Pulp Start Challenge. Watch Pulp get
Oh
his
yeah.
ass kicked by JT this week on Friday.
To me, I don't know how Colt is able to do this. I mean, last year, a couple of years ago, him and Chris Kiefer, they both got to go out there and ride jets and Hunter's factory bikes at Washougal just for the hell of it. This week now it's going to be Mathis versus JT. JT is the reporter. And they're going to do a start challenge. Steve is going to be on Hunter Lawrence's bike, and then JT is going to be on
A fully stocked
um,
bike.
yeah, another Honda. It's a guy that's riding. I can't remember what his name is, but one of the riders is loading on the bike, and they're just going to do a couple of hole shots. But Steve thinks that 100% factory bike with all the gadgets that he's going to be able to beat JT offline. To me, skill. JT was a professional rider for years. I've seen plenty of videos of Mathis' starts.
Yeah.
Well, Justin, not just
Dude,
JT is going to freaking smoke him
Yeah.
every single start. It's not
dude,
even going
the
to be close.
the last one he just did was like 2 weeks ago, and Phil posted it,
Crazy
and it looks like
fishtail,
a
yeah.
snake, dude. It looks like a full sidewinder coming out of the fucking
Yeah.
gate. But I think
Good
it's
one.
just because the media. I mean, and Holt's pretty close with Lars, the team manager, so I think that's why they kind of can do some of this. At least Honda's cool with it. They're like,
Yeah.
all right, well, let's, you guys. And I know Kiefer, they did a Racer X video on their bikes a few years ago, but it's cool that Honda's, willing to. All right, you think you can do it? Let's see your ass get smoked.
Well, it's a
Imagine
win-win,
fucking.
right?
Imagine
It's a
Steve
win.
just Larry Loop outs this fucking Hunter's
Well,
bike.
that's what I guess he got like Brayton texted like gave him some tips. He's like, make sure put your helmet over the bars like a strap to your front fender so you don't loop out.
Hey,
Yeah,
hold on, wait a
That
minute.
would be
I have a question.
amazing.
I have a
Uh,
question. So I thought you guys said that Steve used to be like a high competitive fucking
he
rider.
was Canadian motocross.
amateur national, and then I think he qualified for 2 nationals or something like that in the
Okay,
'80s or
because
something.
my fucking father has a better starting stance than he does. Like that shit was ugly. The video I seen.
Yep.
There's no fucking chance that he has any shot against JT.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
care.
think
You
so
can
either.
put him on a fucking rocket ship, and he still ain't fucking winning.
Yeah, get
He
Elon
literally
out
is
here.
riding a rocket ship. But hey, I mean, it's a win-win, right? Because one, if Steve does end up winning, it shows, hey, look how great these fucking HRC Honda bikes are. But two, if JT does a great job, then say, hey, look at these factory Hondas, they can, out whole shot, these factory bikes. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. The only thing I could do is JT better win this fucking thing, dude. Because if
Yeah.
he gets beat even once, dude, his life is
Oh,
over,
the
dude.
the headline is Steve
It's
wins.
just gonna
Fat
be.
can
We might not see him ever again
Honda
if he
slogan's
gets
gonna
beat.
be like, even fat Canadians can get starts on this thing.
Yeah, right. That's funny.
Yeah,
All
JT. If
right.
I'm JT, I'm retiring, dude. I'm never throwing a leg over a bike again if Steve beats me.
He already is retired.
from ever riding again ever.
Right. All right, let's get into the racing. So the 250 class. I mean, starting out with the qualifying, Hayden Deegan, no surprise there, fastest qualifier. But the biggest storyline, JMART. I mean, absolutely unreal. Last race of the season. He didn't look great the first couple rounds out there. I know we made a bet with him, Masterful, and it didn't go well at all. But I mean, unreal. Then a story breaks out that he grabbed a shock off of his championship bike to run it on this bike. I mean, it's just crazy. But CJ, we'll start to you. I mean, no one expected this from Jmar. Maybe a top 10 that would have been that would have been sick too. But to go out there and get both hole shots, win a moto. Honestly, some people think maybe he should have gotten the overall with a little red flag Shimoda incident.
Shimoda.
But
Yeah.
what do you think, Jmart going out there and just laying the pipe down on these
Hey,
guys?
obviously, everyone knows I'm a huge JMART fan. I lost 20, 40, 60 bucks or something like that trying to bet on him to beat Masterpool throughout the season, and that I lost every time. But some redemption this week betting Zach that Forkner. I mean, that speaks
Oh
volumes
yeah,
right there.
I
Like
forgot about that. Yeah.
we thought that Forkner and him were going to be battling for 19th. Like that's
To
what
be
we kind of.
to be fair, too, Faulkner had the best fucking ride of his season, and
Dude, he
still
got
got
eighth
fucking beat.
overall,
Like,
dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's kind of like what we thought. Like, I think, yeah, if he would have finished top 10, we would have been like, oh yeah, that's expected. That's awesome. Cool for him. I mean, he finished like 21st and 27th or something in the motos that he made it through.
Yeah.
But dude, that whole story is there's just that's why I like sports, like there's sports and there's stories and there's things that happen that make you like be like, God damn, I love this shit, like it's like you're a grown man, you like to do hard shit, and then you see some of this stuff, and you're like, damn, I'm about to start crying like a little baby right now. Like, dude, it's just awesome. It's awesome to see that he's at home, he's out front of the house he grew up in, and at the track that he's probably rode bazillion
Hmm.
laps on, for him to go pull that whole shot and get third in the first one, I think everyone was like, oh, that was just like it can never get
Yep.
any better than this. Like that
Yep.
should have been. I think I said it to my son. I was like, oh, I wish that was the second moto. That would have been way cooler if he did that in the second moto. And then
Yep.
he comes out there in the second moto, pulls another whole shot, and fucking run, dude. I was literally like my hair was standing up on my arm. So I was
Yep.
like, this is amazing.
Yeah. And Justin, what do you contribute it to? Like we said, we saw him previously. He didn't have a lot of time on the bike, so it's maybe 5 or 6 days. So what do you contribute this win to? Is it just the home track? Is it just this is my last race and he just said, screw it, I'm just gonna let it all hang out? Where do you
I
put
think
this result?
I, th-
What's
I think there's
contribute to?
just no pressure. I mean, it's your final race. Go do whatever the hell you want. Go leave everything out. Like, I think he kind of knew, obviously, I'm not going to push to where I'm going to kill myself, but I mean, you just go out there and do what you wanted, and he did it. I mean, he went out there and was hauling ass, got a great hole shot, both hole shots he ripped. That second one that he ripped was outrageous. He was even off the gate, and it looked like he clicked another gear and just pulled away. And he just looked smooth and consistent. It looked like the old Jmart we've seen, 5, 6 years ago. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just a combination of a little bit of everything. Hometown track, your whole family's there. The emotion. I mean, it looked like he was crying on the gate. Both both motos. So I think it just kind of. I mean, maybe he just blacked out. And he just did what his talent did, and champs do what champs do. So. It was so cool to watch. I mean, I was so stoked. I was yelling at my TV while that last 2 laps or whatever. And when Shimoda blew the corner, I was stoked. I was like, let's go. And the fact he's able to pull it through. I mean, that's one of the coolest moto moments I think I've ever watched on TV live. Um,
Yeah, I mean, sporting moment just in general, right? I mean, Zach, this just doesn't happen, right? Rarely do guys even finish their careers when they're out on top, right? We'll talk about Tomac there, but for him to come off the couch and win a moto against, Hayden Deegan was out there, right? He might not be 100%, but I mean, he rode great. There was a funny story, guys. Jeremy was saying at the beginning of the year when he talked to Star, he was trying to do all the new techniques, standing with feet on the pegs, finger on the clutch, and so and so. And then when he went back, they basically told Jeremy, "Hey, like stop, just whatever you did back then, do it because you were winning when you were doing it." And sure enough, I mean, you watch him, dude. The guy sits down everywhere, and he was just ripping, and that's just his style, and that's just what worked.
Well, I don't even know if he's sitting down. He's like 4'8".
He's like 3 feet
Yeah,
tall. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
no, I agree though, 100%, man. You rarely see anything like that, and it's so badass to see, like, especially at the age that I can realize, like, dude, that's fucking sick, right? Like, I could watch this. I'm sure CJ, your kid's probably like, yeah, whatever, dude. But like
Yeah.
us, we're like, this is
Hmm.
fucking dope, dude. This is what it's all about. And I kind of disagree with Justin. I think he had more pressure on him. Being your hometown race, you have, like she just said, you spent more laps on that track than anybody else. Like, your shit should be a little bit dialed. You don't want to go out there and get fucking 22nd and 23rd
Hmm.
on your last two fucking motos ever. So I think the pressure is a little bit more there for him to do a little bit better. And I think he even said on the podium, like, or no, it wasn't a podium. I watched an interview with him. He was playing golf, but he was like, those last couple laps, like, I just told myself, like, you can fucking dig deep.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, just fucking hammer it out. He said he looked back, saw Hayden, and was like, I can fucking dig deep. I can fucking do
Hmm.
this to get that last moto win. And that's the fucking coolest shit I've ever seen. So,
It's pretty cool too to hear Deegan. Like, Deegan gave him his props. He was the first one
Hmm.
over there to like jump on him, give him a hug, and then even I don't know if it was the post race interview or on the box, but he was like, "Dude, I charged and I put everything I could
Yep.
out there, and I was like, I can't catch you, dude. Ride it into the sunset."
Yep.
yeah, that's sick, dude.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong.
The
Like we know, like he had some help, right? Shimoda had that brake issue. If that doesn't happen, Shimoda probably wins that moto. We know Deegan is banged up. He gave him that push at the end, but it was really just too much for him. But at the end of the day, I mean, it is what it is. He did everything perfect that he had to do. Got the whole shots, both motos. Won the last moto. Like I said, maybe the overall looks like they looked into it wasn't enough in there, but I mean, unreal. But it sounds like that's it. It doesn't sound like he's going to be lining up at Washougal, even though it would be interesting to see. But yeah, really, really cool story.
And I love
His,
that. I love that. Go out. Like, I'm glad that
mm-hmm,
he's not one of those people that's like, oh, well, let me try again. Let me
Mhm.
try again. It's
yeah,
like, dude, like everyone in the whole entire industry, people not even in the industry. I saw people that I didn't even know watched motocross posting shit, like famous people. And Carmichael's in there talking about it. It's like, dude, hell yeah. Go out on top.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
his line up Mount Martin, I thought he was gonna clip the freaking banner of that triple. Dude, he was so far to the right. It was like I'm like, he knows what he's doing. He's done that many of times before, but I'm like, dude, you're literally about to hit your handlebars on the freaking banner, that goes over the track. But yeah, he
Yeah,
was ripping.
yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Pretty sick.
I know we talked about you said that they talked about putting a wall coming down Mount Martin. Do you think someone would try jumping that? Like jumping down or something. That's all I could
I
think
don't
about
know.
is
I doubt it,
Deegan
dude.
or someone trying to do something crazy like that. They might end up like Doug Henry, but
Dude, if you look at
um,
that video of Cody Shock, the guy got like 3 feet of air the whole way
yeah.
down. If you
Oh
put
yeah.
anything with any kind of lip, dude, you're gonna fucking die off of it.
Yeah.
So I don't think so, but that would be crazy. So they did there. All right, more 250 class. We found out today that Vialle is out for Washougal. We've been talking about these rumors for a while, and we thought, hey, just put him on the 450. What are we waiting on? But more and more detail is coming out. Zach, we'll start with you. You got the KTM hat, but it sounds like Vialle has a 1-year KTM deal on the 450, has a multi-year deal for MXGP. Could very well be on. I saw a tweet today that he might be on a Honda 450 in Paris Supercross as soon as it's out season. But to me, if you're Vialle, I mean, you take that chance on KTM 450 1 year. We all don't think it's going to go well, and then after that, what are you riding? Pep Suzuki?
Right.
Like quad lock Honda. You're going to follow
To Europe.
Francis's path, or screw it, dude. I'm gonna go back over to MXGP with this two ride. All these guys are getting old, and I'll go that way. But yeah, I mean, I think the writing's high on the wall here with Vialle.
I mean, if if I'm being honest here, like, I watched that interview with the team manager there. Um, when they said they cooked up a 1 year deal for him, they're trying to keep him, blah blah blah. It doesn't sound like to me that they're trying that hard, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you got a guy, and if I'm in Vial's shoes, I just won 2 Supercross championships, like he said, right? Doesn't look the prettiest, but on paper, I'm a fucking 2 time Supercross champion. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and the best you give me is a 1 year deal. Like, I don't know if I'm sticking around for, you know what I mean? Just being honest, like I get it. It's American versus, versus MXGP. I don't know where the money line is, but I mean, obviously America's more. But a 1 year deal compared to a fucking 2 year deal, and then like you said, after that 1 year deal, who's gonna fucking pick me up? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not like I got a chance because obviously he ain't gonna do shit on the 450. Him being a rookie, it's not like anyone's gonna give him another shot, like a big shot. So I don't know. I kind of think it's smarter for him to go towards the Honda MXGP
Hmm.
deal, but that's just my opinion. I mean, it doesn't. It just didn't seem like KTM was rolling out the red carpet for him or anything. They're kind of like, yeah, I mean, I'll give you this, but let's be real here.
Yeah, and then
Speaking of
CJ,
that,
I mean,
uh,
looking at like Vial, like if he leaves, that kind of shows like how much belief he has in himself. Because if he thought, no, I can go, I can do this 450. I'm staying here in KTM. It's a 1 year, but I'm gonna go out there and prove myself. But I'm not getting that vibe from him.
No, I mean it was interesting to hear how frustrated he was. Like he showed frustration about. I think he said like I'm a 2-time champion. Like it shouldn't be this hard. Like it shouldn't be this hard to
Yep.
figure out a
Mm.
deal. And then yeah, you kind of get that. I almost feel like it's kind of like a slap in the face where KTM has to do something. He just won 2 championships for him.
Yeah.
They can't say like no, we don't want you. It's almost like a I guess if we have to do something, yeah, you can ride some bike we got in the garage for the year. Like
Right.
that's kind of what it seems like to me. If you're talking about like success of a career, dude, I think he's got to go back to MXGP. Like, what do you call success here? Like, I don't know that he top tens on a 450, especially in
Mm,
Supercross. I don't know that he top tens Supercross on a 450. I don't think he can.
yeah.
And you're talking guys like Malcolm and people of that caliber that are finishing Barsha, that are finishing eighth, ninth,
Hmm.
10th. He doesn't have that kind of speed on a 250, let alone on a 450. I think that he comes out here on a 450, he rides around in ninth to 12th place all year long, both championships. And like you said, like he's at that point, he's looking at a $150,000 deal with some satellite team, or he goes over to MXGP and he has a shot to contend.
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe a year from now, someone like AP retires, Malcolm retires. Maybe that slot opens up. But yeah, I'm with you. I mean, go over there, MXGP. You only have to focus on one discipline. It's moto only. You've had your success there, and yeah, I mean, he's still relatively young. He's got his whole career ahead of him, and to me, it's just like, dude, just why kind of waste it here? Like, you didn't come here to battle for fifth, sixth, seventh. Like, you came out here to win races and win motos, and the only races that he's been able to win are Southwick, where it's tailor made for him. So, but yeah, Justin, what about you? Anything to kind of chime in there as far as Vial?
I mean, talking about how young he is, I mean, he can even go over there and race 2, 3 years, MXGP, get used to a 450 maybe for a little bit, and then come back if he's, progresses so well, and practices. But I bet I heard Honda's was throwing a lot of money to get pretty much anyone. So I'm sure that money is a lot more. And the 2 year deals, like you said, Zach, 2 years, big deal. And it sounds like that's what he's been wanting. And KTM's financial status, they can't offer 2 years because who knows, they may not be around in a year or 2 years. So I mean, pack your bags, go back to MXGP, where at least you can be a top three guy every single weekend and, get all those podium bonuses that you can in your contract.
Yeah, and there was rumors today that we heard that Geyser is leaving Honda, signed for Yamaha over there. There's rumors that I saw Jeffrey Hurlings might be taking that Honda spot too. So if Hurlings takes that Honda spot, what does Vial do? But I
I
don't
think there's
know.
two
Hurlings
spots. I
hasn't
think there's
been
two
healthy
spots.
for a full season in a while. If you have that pick, do you go with Vial or do you go with Hurling and hopefully Hurling can have that speed? But Hurling just hasn't shown to be reliable as of late. Open
Yeah,
whoever.
Hurlings is definitely always hurt, but when he is racing, he's quick as shit. He can win. So he's proved it this year. But I think there's two spots open at Honda. So maybe they do both, or maybe who knows? I mean, I put two bikes, just for the popularity of the team, having Hurlings and Vial there. I mean, you're gonna get a lot
Hmm.
of publicity. So
Yeah, it's got to be a
Yeah.
big draw to be able to pull the guy that came over to the U.S. and won 2 titles on the bike. Like I don't know how MXGP really. I don't know. I don't. really follow MXGP that much. I see the results and I know the guys that race it, but
Mhm.
I would imagine that that's got to carry some weight with publicity and some stuff like that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, no,
sponsors
absolutely.
probably.
Yeah, no, they love to have them on. We've talked about it, right? MXGP is tiny. They have 20 guys on the gate if they're lucky, right?
Yeah.
They're getting one of their stars back that those fans watch grow up winning the 250 titles out there too, you know? So yeah, I mean we'll kind of see there. Speaking of Honda, as we kind of get into the 450 class, we kind of talked about this last week. You know, does Hunter have to leave Honda to have a chance? And we kind of get in there like, well, if he stays, Honda's got to pay these guys eventually. And Hunter is very much a number one rider on any team except for HRC right now. And
Yeah.
he deserves that money. He should get that money. But I know Justin, you brought this up. Well, you talked about it first, but we've seen it before. Does it get to a point to where maybe Honda's like, hey, we can only afford Hunter and Jet. We're gonna have to offload this 250 group like we did back in the Geico days. And hell, why not let Club run it? I think that'd be sick. I know we've been talking about them, you know, becoming factory, but why not let Club become the new HRC Honda or whatever they want to call it?
Yeah, I agree. I think Club and Honda Factory 250 team, I think it'd be great. I mean, you have a full facility to where you could send your guys if you want to. A lot of all the Honda guys are already back east. I think Shimoda's officially back there now too. So I mean, a lot of your crew's kind of over there already, and a lot of the manufacturers are moving all their headquarters over there. So why not? I mean, I guess, with Club, they have a lot of sponsorships. They got that YouTube presence, so you could get a little bit extra money to where you're not having to pay, Club as much, maybe to run the team. So why not? I think Club deserves to be a factory team of some brand at least.
Yeah, that would be that'd be freaking sweet. What about you, CJ? What do you think? Do they just got to figure out a way to keep Hymas and Shimoda under that 10, or do you just let Club take them?
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool to see, like Geico did with Honda for a long time there. Like that team was very successful and people wanted to be on that team. And that's kind of like what Star has turned into.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I don't like the more I think about it and the more I see like these videos and interviews pop up and see Hunter do some of the stuff like he did this weekend at Millville. I like as much as we say and we think, and I kind of even want to think that like Hunter's got to go somewhere else. I don't think that unless something crazy forced him to go somewhere else. I think they enjoy the camaraderie and they enjoy
Mm-hmm.
like like I just saw an interview about how SMX how Jet kind of like swooped that SMX title from him right at the end, and they were literally sitting on the same bench changing their gear. Did you guys see that video where
Mm.
they're
Yeah.
sitting there changing their gear, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I feel bad. Like that could have been your first 450 title." And he's like, "No, like don't feel bad. Like this is the
Yep.
shit we're gonna remember in 30 years when we have our kids. Like we did this together as like the Lawrences. That I like the more I see those two work together and like dude, I think they're just genuinely good human beings, and I think that rather than be pit up against each other, I think they would rather figure it out together, and if Hunter can win some races against his brother on the same team, he will. But I almost think it would come down to Jet saying we're not getting rid of Hunter or I'll go somewhere else with him before
Yeah.
before Hunter left personally. But yeah, I mean, why not let Club run Honda? Let somebody run Honda if that's what it comes down to. If it's going to cost you 20 mil to keep the Lawrence brothers on your team, and that's what you got to do, I'm all for it.
Yeah, and Zach, you know, speaking of that, to be honest, I mean, Hunter has always talked about, you know, he's done multiple interviews, and even Dazzy has always done multiple interviews. Like, hey, Jet should be better than Hunter. Hunter, he's learning every mistake that Hunter
Mhm.
made along the way, and I just think as these years go by, I think Hunter's just really just soaking in that role. You know, it's Jet over there that he's the dominant one. He is basically, I don't want to say Jet's test rider, but pretty much is, right? I mean, he
Mhm.
does a lot of the work there. Doesn't sound like Jet really does much testing. So yeah, I mean, I don't see it. I mean, he's working there. He's gonna get a win here eventually. You know, Jet's gonna have a bobble or something along those lines. But yeah, Zach, what do you think on
I
this whole?
it's hard because like I agree. I could see them both being on the same team for the remainder of their career, but at the same time, like someone's gonna toss Hunter a bag one of these days,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean. And do you deny it or do you? be like, fuck, I'm gonna go
Or
there because
HRC's got to match it, and if you match it, you might have
well,
to
if they
pick the
match it,
250
sure.
team.
But I mean, but if they're like, dude, I can't afford that, then what the fuck do? You know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah.
gonna, and the smart play is take the money because you're only in the game for so long. Um,
Well, that's what RC did. RC did that with Suzuki. He never thought they would ever pay, and he's like, "Pay me literally all this money," and they said yes, and he's like, "Well, fuck, I guess I'm going to
yeah,
Suzuki."
Now
that's
to
that's
be
that's
to
what I mean though. It's like someone's gonna
Yeah.
toss in the bag one of these days, and it's
well,
gonna
to
be
be
a
fair, this is outdoors. Hunter looks unreal in outdoors. That is not the same story for Supercross.
I think he's
well,
getting
He
better
is
though in
not the same
Supercross.
outdoor rider as I don't think so.
I also
No,
I don't think he's as close
but the
outdoors.
stride from this outdoors from last outdoors
Oh yeah.
is pretty big. So
Hmm.
Yep.
I can't you can't tell me that he's gonna go into Supercross next year riding with Jet every day not being fucking better. So he's in my opinion he's gonna be top 4, top 5 Supercross for the remainder of his career, and then a championship contender in outdoors for the remainder of his career until he fucking gives it up. Um, so someone's gonna pay him, you know. But is Honda going to match it or not? That's the only thing. And then with Club taking over the Honda 250 support, kind of like, what do you guys do? They bring on Cody Shock? Do they bring on who's the other Jet Reynolds? Like I can see bringing on Cody Shock. The kid's been fucking lights out this year.
Hmm.
But like Jet, all those other guys, you gotta scrap them. And I mean, there's a lot of smaller guys that pay good money to be at that club facility. So do they fuck you to all you guys and just bring on Honda, or what? How do you think that goes over?
Absolutely. If I'm gonna get
Yeah,
Shimoda and Chance Hymas, yeah, I'll run a 3-man team. Sorry for those other guys that. Yeah, I just think that's what club's trying to get to. They're trying to get to that factory level, and eventually you got to have factory level riders to get there. And right now they don't really have. Like I said, Shock's the best one they have, and he's a top 10 guy outdoors. So, but
and I think
yeah,
with
I mean
Club the way
it's a decision that's definitely. It's going to be interesting. I think what we talked about Hunter, what he has 2 years left on his contract, so there won't be any big talks soon. But it's definitely going to be a story to kind of keep an eye on. Zach, like you said, someone's going to throw a lot of money at Hunter, and Hunter might have to think twice about staying at HRC. But it doesn't seem like it would be a good decision either way.
I think with
I
the
think the
way Club
margins
is
though.
built, the way Club's built, it's like they have so many different Supercross tracks and so many different tracks that I think they could still maintain having, like, if they wanted factory Honda guys just to run like on one track together, they could do that and still have their whole other program going. Because I think they have like a full like kind of parts store and everything there. So I think that wouldn't really be an issue at all. To bring on factory Honda. I don't think they're gonna be kicking guys out. I mean, you're probably not going to have Prado or some of these other factory guys that try to come there from other brands, but I think you'll still have all your campers and everything like that,
I
and
think if it's
facility
250
guys.
team, they don't care if Prado's there.
Yeah,
I don't think it
possibly.
makes the difference. Yeah, I mean, I think they'd be fine with doing that. But looking at like Hunter's results, like I said, like Supercross 2024 was his first year. He got ninth overall, second in outdoors. SMX he got second, and then motocross second again this year. And then obviously he got cut short, but he, 21st
Also,
overall in Supercross because he ended up crashing the record. So like I said,
new
Hunter is
bike
a
this year they
much
were on
better
too.
outdoor racer than he is Supercross. So he's got to get Supercross turned around. He's got to get some wins in Supercross. I mean, event wins. So yeah, at the end of the day, that's what matters, right? We've talked about this earlier. Supercross is the show. This is where all the money comes from, and I feel like he's got to take that next step on that and to get that full number one rider contract. I don't think outdoors is enough just to do it. All right. Just as far as anything else, 250, just kind of looking at the results, there's a couple names that kind of stood out to me. Seth Hammaker, 2739. I mean, his outdoor season has been awful, to be honest. Nate Thrasher, 19th. Give Parker Ross that ride, please. Take Thrasher
Well,
off. Parker Ross just got what, a 12th, or what do you get
he
this?
went
He got
19,
15th and
10.
he ate shit.
Yeah, he shit the first
So
one, but even Dylan Schwartz 11-9. I
yeah,
mean, those
but
Bar X
Rider D, like
Yamahas.
you got these satellite team riders that are beating these factory guys every single weekend, and it's just crazy. Like Thrasher just maybe cut ties with that guy and give. I mean, he's gonna win a
Well,
Supercross race. I guess that's why you keep him. But
yeah, you guys shit on me
yeah,
the other week for saying get rid of him when you're like, oh, he wins a fucking Supercross race every year,
that's
blah blah
still the
blah. Like
argument. You know,
one
he still
fucking race
wins,
and then
but
sucks cock the rest of the fucking year. I mean, what are you gonna
I
like?
thought he was better outdoors than it.
He
Didn't he
normally
used to be
is.
better?
He's normally he was like a top 5 guy. It seemed like the last few years, in outdoors, but
Yeah,
yeah, not this year. He may be top 25 guy, but that's about it.
yeah. Ryder G 17:15, Drew Adams 8:21, Vialle ends up going 6:40. And then your top three: Deegan, JMART, Shimoda. Harrup jumped up to fourth overall. That's pretty sick. He beat a lot of big names out there. He's really coming around. But anything else 250 class that stood out to you? We'll start with CJ and then we'll go through the line here.
No, I mean for me, Harub was cool. I think he's got a podium coming his way. I think, dude, he's been impressive. I think that he's been really impressive. I don't even know who the hell the guy is. He came out of left field and he rips.
MXGP
I
guy.
MXGP
yeah,
guy, yep.
But unfortunately, he's going back there to go race 450 next year, so we won't see him back, which sucks because like I don't know, man. You're riding pretty good over here at
yeah.
Has
250.
that
Give
been
him
confirmed?
Vial's bike.
Has that been
I don't
confirmed
know
he's
how to put
going
it.
back for 450?
Yeah,
Put
that's what
him
he
on.
I
that's what he
mean,
said. Yeah,
I
Put him
know
on
that was
Vial's bike or something. I mean, he probably isn't
yeah,
good at Supercross, like a lot,
right.
like
Yeah,
whatever. A lot of these MXGP guys just don't ride Supercross, so who knows? I have no idea about the guy, but he has put in some solid rides outdoors. And Moseman seems he's impressed the shit out of me outdoors, dude. Moseman is
yeah.
shown some real speed, and I don't know. Like as soon as you kind of write him off, think he's gonna retire or die or whatever the hell these crazy crashes the guy always has. Like he's looked good this outdoor season. He
Yeah.
had some good motos again this weekend.
Yeah, no, absolutely he has. Justin, what about you? 250
Avery
class.
Avery Long, the AEO KTM guy, 14-12. I thought that was pretty good for him. I think it's a home track for him. I think he's from Minnesota, it says, but yeah, that's cool. I mean, throwing some of these privateers that are really putting in consistent top 15, top 20 rides. It'd be interesting to see who does, how some of these factory teams will add a guy last minute or whatever. So it'd be interesting to see where some of these guys will end up at the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean we're winding it down. What do we got? 3 rounds to go?
Yeah.
Washougal, Ironman. What's the last one we're
Unadilla,
missing?
Budds Creek.
Oh, so okay, so we got 4 rounds
We
to
got,
go still.
yeah, because we have a 2 week break, I believe, after this. Yeah, we have a 2 week break after Washougal, and then we have the last three Ironman, Unadilla, Budds Creek, because we have Loretta's coming
Yeah,
up.
to me, I don't know. I guess it's the Loretta's break. To me, the pros should not be changing the schedule around Loretta Lynn's. Like, if you're gonna give them this break at the end of Supercross, give them that month off, and then just let them hammer out these motos
Well, even
for the
even
rest
do
of the
the
season.
or even do the break like evenly in the middle.
Yeah,
Do it after 5 rounds or whatever. Give them 2 weeks or do two breaks. Two 1 weekend breaks.
which I mean, they kind of do that now, right? They just had one before 4th of July, and now this second one.
Yeah,
Zach, what
that's
about
true.
you? 250 class? Any riders that really stood out to you, impressed you, disappointed you?
I mean, other than JMART, just Harrup.
Yeah,
If I'm fucking Triumph, I'm like, hey, dude, you want to come back over here when you're done with that contract, or try to
yeah.
figure something out, like
Oh yeah.
because they're losing, like CJ said, I don't know how he is in Supercross, but outdoors they're losing arguably their best fucking guy. So
Ah, Swole.
Is
yeah, but I mean,
is Harrop
Swole's been
on
good for a
Triumph
couple
in
rounds, but
MXGP?
Harrup's been a consistent
He
top
just
six
got
guy.
back.
The rest,
Give him a break.
He's always
this
just getting back.
motherfucker,
Yeah,
he's
Yeah,
been
that's
in the
true.
that
game
is
for
true.
3 years now. Like,
That is very
Yeah,
true.
Seems like he's
he's
just
always
getting
hurt.
back every time he rides.
yeah.
Yeah, I think he had an
Yep.
ACL before he tore his Achilles or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
But
other than him, no, nothing really else like pops
All
is
out.
right.
Harrop on a Triumph 450 in MXGP, or is it a
Next
different
year.
brand?
Yeah,
But
Next
that's
year
no,
what
he'll be
it's a
he
Triumph.
Triumph.
is. Right.
He's just
Yeah.
waiting on them to make their bike. So
Yeah.
I wonder
Exactly.
if maybe Triumph does change their contract maybe at the end of the year, depending on how he finishes. Maybe they're like, well, we'll just keep you here, and maybe they do throw him on a 450 outdoors or something.
He's probably like,
The chest.
no. I just saw Valentin Guillot just drop Prado.
Yeah,
I'm good.
yeah,
Yeah,
If I am any of those Europe guys, I am never gonna race the 450 United States ever.
yeah.
Yeah.
ever
Well,
after seeing what Prado's
Valentino's
been doing.
he's an MXGP guy too.
I know, but that's what you.
Yeah.
They asked him like,
I mean,
was it
if
shocking
he
when
can,
you passed Prado this weekend? He's like, yeah, it was. He's like,
well,
I was like, what
well,
the hell is going on?
if he can do it, then any of the MXGP guys can fucking do it.
Yeah, but
That's got to be. I mean, that has to be a trip though, because that guy spent. I mean, who knows however many years of his career
yeah,
Didn't
with guys like Prado and Caroli and them. Like they showed up to the track, and it was like it'd be like if we showed up to the track and whatever, fucking Josh Hill is there or something. We'd be like
yep,
picking our jaws off the floor, like oh fuck, like we're cooked. And that's what he spent his whole career like that with Prado, and then he shows up
hmm
over here. They fly over the ocean, and all of a sudden he's passing Prado, and it's like, what the hell is going on? That's got
yeah,
to
yeah,
be insane.
he was
absolutely.
like an 8 to 15 place guy in MXGP, and now he's out here
Yeah.
beating Prado.
Especially when you think of the caliber of machine they're on different too.
Yeah.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
He
he's
got
on
Like,
a
a
better.
stock bike too. Yeah,
He's with the Gizmo Rock River team. I saw they are helping
yeah,
him
it
out
ain't no
now too.
fucking
That's cool.
factory
Well,
caliber.
yeah,
mm-mm,
but
nope.
it's cool he's getting help.
But yeah, I mean, if I'm anyone, I mean, we're getting to the 450s in the Prado, so maybe we'll hold off on that. But finishing up, anything else? I'm looking at the points now. Deegan 321, Shimoda 256. Just quick math off of my head. What is that? 45 points he's up.
Sure.
No,
So
it's
50, yeah,
51. 51. Or no, I'm looking at it wrong. That's 450.
yeah. But either way, so Shimoda, I mean, Deegan still has a grip hold on this championship. Shimoda 276. Next guy, Levi Kitchens 214. So even Shimoda's got second place locked in as well. So I'd be curious to see at what point do we see either Deegan or Shimoda start, letting off the gas and just kind of milling this thing in, knowing that they have these big leads, or are they still going to push? But going over to our B title, Levi Kitchen 214, Garrett Marchbake's 214, Vialle's down to 212. So now it's a two PC guy battle for this third overall. And hey, I think that's pretty sick. I don't
Yeah.
know who's really gonna. I think Mark Sixby has lost a little bit of his steam, but Kitchen is still weird. He's always been weird.
Up
He's
and
never
down,
not
up and
gonna be
down.
weird. He's clearly better than him, but yeah, I don't know. What do you got? Anything else? This 250 class?
Oh,
Nope.
go Jeremy Martin.
Go JMART.
Hey, did you buy one of his shirts?
No, I want to. He said he was going to
So do I.
restock more of them.
Does he have a website?
He posted a link, or I saw maybe it was Carmichael. Somebody posted the link, but they were like sold out. And he put a thing that said, should I upload like 100 or 500 more
Right.
shirts or
Yeah.
something?
Okay. Because I
So that'd
wasn't
be
sure if
cool.
it's just at the track they were selling it. Because I didn't see like a link on his page for like if they had like JMART merchandise or anything
Oh
like
yeah,
that. But
That'd be
yeah,
cool.
someone posted a link to it. I don't know where it was, but someone posted a link. Hopefully they get
You
yeah,
some
know,
more. That'd be sick
definitely want to
shirts.
another
snag that. Yeah.
another thing with JMR, I saw when he finished the race or whatever after he won and he dropped his bike, the flag or whatever right there that was standing right there was one wearing one of JMart's like 2016 or 2015 title
Yeah.
T-shirts. I'm like, that's cool just to see like he wore it just for that day or whatever, and
The
this
whole
guy's winning
sport's
again.
scripted, dude. J-Mart was always going to win Millville. It was always going to go down like this.
Yeah,
Shut the
Yeah.
fuck up.
it's all controlled by
All
the
the
media,
script.
and you know who
Yeah.
owns the media.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
then the entire fucking line just slowed down a little bit off the start. Let him rip two
they
Yeah,
did.
fucking whole shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
They did. Yeah. Joe's back brake was perfectly fine. I saw him
yeah.
stomping on it going up Mountain. He was
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
Flying off that berm was
stars over
totally
there
staged.
taking, yeah,
That
stars over
piece
there
of shit
clipping his
Honda,
brake
dude,
line.
if it would have
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
ripped it.
fuck that thing, dude. Yeah,
Hey, usually guys with Hondas don't touch the brakes anyways, so
Yeah.
yeah, because you don't
um,
go fast enough to need them.
that's right. All right, well, here we go, boys. We're gonna get into this 450 class. There's a lot of stories wherever you want to look. Jet Lawrence still is perfect. Fastest qualifier goes 2-1, gets the win. Hunter looked great. We've talked about this before, but at the end of the day, it's got to flop. You got to win this second moto if you're going to beat Jet. It's almost like let him win first moto so that you can go out there and get this second overall win. Sexton goes 3-3. Hampshire goes 4-4. I mean, Hampshire's really stepped up with this 450. And then my first topic that I have here, Eli Tomac goes 6-9. CJ,
Uh,
we'll start with you. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm watching Tomac. I don't know what's going on. He looked great to the beginning of the season. At this point, he looks old. I mean, nothing is working. His starts aren't working.
Dude,
Going
I
six
don't think.
nine. I don't know what it is.
I mean, I don't think the dude doesn't have anything to prove. He has no. I mean, I said that in the group chat too. I think James even kind of hinted at it too. Like he has nothing to prove. Like getting fourth place or getting 10th place means nothing to the guy. He's if he can't go out there and win. But at what point does he say, "Okay, I can't win. I'm done"? Because he clearly doesn't have the drive to go out there and push if he can't win. Like
Hmm.
you see him, and he looks like he's just riding around the track in sixth place or seventh place or whatever and doesn't really care, which we know that that's obviously not the Tomac that can ride a bike. But at what point does he say, okay, like I came back? I mean, is it maybe he just rides Supercross like you said? But
Hmm.
at what point does he say like, all right, like I don't have what it takes to run with these Lawrence boys. Fifth place means nothing to me. I've got enough titles. I've got enough money. I'm I'm done. I'm done with this, or I'm
Yep.
only going to ride Supercross because that's what it looked like to me this weekend. It looked like
Yep.
we saw Tomac just not give a fuck. Like he was just like, I'm not winning, and I don't care what I do if I don't win.
Yep. And Zach, we talked about this a few shows ago. I threw it out there. If I'm Eli Tomac next year, I'm doing Supercross only. I'm doing a Roxa move. I'm gonna go do WXX. Go do Supercross. He looked great in Supercross. I'm saying, you know what? I'm good with this outdoors. I mean, if you go and you win a main event in Supercross, I believe you automatically qualify for SMX anyways. But
mhm.
I don't know. What do you think? Obviously, this season's not going anywhere how Tomac thought. But I don't know. What do you think? Does he even come back next year at this? Like CJ said, like is
I
he just like it's not worth the risk anymore?
I think he does for Supercross, dude. I think that the payout for SX is so much bigger than the payout for Moto that it's kind of worth hanging out a little bit more. And he looked light years better in Supercross than he does
Hmm.
watching him in motocross. Um, yeah, I just it just seems like CJ said, he doesn't give a fuck. He was just out there showing up because he signed up to show up for all
Hmm.
these rounds. You know what I mean?
Well,
Um,
SMX too.
but
Just trying to
it's
get those
it's it's
points.
unfortunate. You never want to see like obviously you want to see guys go out on top. You look at JMART just went out on top, and then you look at Tomac and you're like, fuck, dude, maybe just hang it up. Like call her a night. You know what I mean? Go win another
Yeah.
Supercross race and be like, all right, brother, I'm done. Something
Yeah.
like that. But who knows? But
Yeah. Justin, kind of piggybacking on this. Now, I want to consider the expectations going into the season. Who is having a worse season, Prado or Tomac, and why?
Oh, I mean,
Consider the
Tomac's got to.
expectations, right? The
Yeah,
expectations going into it. Tomac was title. He's going to be battling judges. He's going to be
yeah.
swapping wins. Prado was always going to be like, it's his first year. Who knows? Maybe he'll get some podiums. Neither one of them. I know he's gotten a couple moto wins, right? But since then, it's not even close. So I
I
don't know.
mean,
What do you think? Who's having the worst season
it's
between the two?
it's pretty close because I think even Prado Outdoors was, hey, this guy should be up there top three, maybe challenging for a win, maybe because of his MXGP, Supercross was kind of whatever, but he is an outdoor guy. Like we were kind of expecting that
Hmm.
jump to come as well. Um, I mean, at least Tomac's shown the flashes that he has the speed and he can run up front. But the last few weeks mentally, it just seems like he's just not there, like you guys said. So, I mean, this last few weeks, I definitely say Tomac's maybe having the worst season compared to expectations. But I
Okay.
think it's hard to say too because Prado literally fell back to like 13th. So, I mean, that's almost the most disappointing part, overall. But I'd expect Tomac to be up more. But yeah, I'd probably say maybe Tomac just because right now with the way it's going, it's like Father Time's catching up on him, and it hates to see like I don't want him to be like Reed where he's like 15th place in a Supercross race, just struggling to be out there. So it's tough to watch as a Tomac fan.
Yeah, to me, I think whatever your expectations were, right? If you thought Prado was going to come in and you thought, hey, he should be winning, he should be on the podium because of MXGP, then yeah, his season looks really bad. But if you're someone, I know on my end, I never really saw the hype. I thought it was a lot to ask for a brand new bike, brand new track stuff. He's not used to it. But CJ, what about? I see you shaking your head there. So you think
Yeah.
Prado's season has gone worse than
Oh, dude,
Tomac's has?
Prado season is fucking embarrassing. Tomac, I think it was like you have this like hidden hope that like your longtime idol is going to come out and like do these amazing things that you saw him do when he was in his 20s. But the dude's 34 years old. He's off of a Achilles injury, a broken leg. I think a lot of it was like it would be awesome and nostalgic to see, but he's racing the fucking Lawrences, and he's also shown like he's won a moto. He's shown some really good speed, but I also just don't think he fucking cares. Like he doesn't care if he's not going to win. I don't think he cares. Now,
Yeah.
what for 21 or 22-year-old Prado, he cares. He is
Mm-hmm.
he cares, and he is fucking terrible. Like he is terrible. If I'm an MXGP rider, I hate Prado. Like everyone in the world right now is looking at this and thinking, "Damn, MXGP guys suck." Like these guys got third place in MXGP, he'd get 40th in the United States. Like that's dude. I think Prado's season, his Supercross season, was god awful. He looked terrible. He jumped into the fucking nets. He looked terrible in Supercross. And then he goes out here in outdoors, and we can talk about it when we get into the whole Prado how his Millville went. But dude, he looked like scared on Millville. Like he looked like he was like frightened to be out on the track. Like there's a clip where Chase Sexton goes by him and he about fucking falls off the bike and goes off the track because a
Mm-hmm.
flash of orange went by him so fast that he thought he was in the twilight
I
zone.
think that's
Like,
that red bud.
like
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that red bud.
dude, he,
Yeah,
he looks
But yeah.
fucking terrible.
Okay. Now, just so that you know, Jay Coop is beating Tomac in outdoors right now.
Yeah,
Jay
JQ's
Coop
fucking
Yeah, but
24 years old,
and
factory star Yamaha.
RJ
He should.
Hampshire is only
and
is
Tomac did have a
25 points
DNF.
back in his rookie
Tomac had a
season.
bike blow up.
Tomac
yeah,
doesn't care to get fourth place though. He doesn't care to get fourth place.
Exactly to me why this season is awful for Tomac.
you
He's
can't
not
say
even
that though.
close. He's 50 at where we're at now. Absolutely, that's great. He looked good in Paula, hard packed. That's great, right? Jet wasn't 100%. We've seen what Jet and Hunter is at 100%. We're seeing full blown. Tomac isn't even close to these guys. He's still
I
getting beat by Valentin Guillot too. And to me, we thought Tomac was going to be battling Jet for this title 100%, and it's not even remotely close to it. Prado, I always thought Prado was going to be. I don't know why you would think Prado could come over to win races on a brand new bike and brand new
A lot
tracks.
of people
To me,
thought
it
he was
doesn't make
going
any
to
sense.
win.
yeah,
A lot of
Yeah,
people
a
yeah,
lot
thought
of
that.
MXGP guys, but to me,
it's
that's their fault. But to me, I still think that there was way more, especially after Supercross. We were all high on Tomac, saying, "Hey, he's going to
Yeah,
get this done. He's going to ride out." And to me, his drop off has been significantly worse. Prado's still in that same realm. He's always been that seventh,
I,
10th guy, week in and week out. But
I think
I
it's
mean,
disrespectful that you're comparing their two fucking seasons. You got a guy
yeah.
that has multiple podiums, two race wins.
But once
Um,
again, it's not Prado versus Tomac season stat for
I
stat. Is what were
understand.
your
It doesn't matter.
expectations?
It doesn't matter. You talk about expectations, but this is also a guy that's also had a DNF from a bike failure that knows he's not in the championship hunt. And why hang it out there for moto wins and overalls
He
for
started looking bad well before the bike failure, though.
that's fine, but he still also had two moto wins and multiple fucking podium motos. When you have a guy that's known for strictly only road fucking outdoor style tracks his entire lifetime, comes across over here and just gets the fucking brake speed off him. Like, dude, I think it's disrespectful to even compare the two of their two outdoor seasons together.
But
It's kind of baffling
once
that
again,
you're doing
we're
that.
not comparing the two, right? It's
You
expectations,
just
right?
said you did say who has the worst season going on
Right,
or
but based
worst
off
outdoor
of
season
based
going.
off of expectations, though, right? Yeah, if we were in
Of
there saying,
expectations, it's got to be fucking Prado. I don't see how not. I mean, the
well,
dude
so what were
hasn't.
your expectations for Prado coming into the season then?
How
What
do
do
you
you think
not
he was
have
going to do
him?
it
How do
outdoors?
you not have him, Prado, an ex MXGP guy? How do you not see him being top 5, 6 in outdoors?
I would say he's in there other than his wrecks, but I think that's fair. Compared to
But he
I
Tomac, you thought he was going to be winning motos and battling out with Jet. He's not even fucking close.
he has won motos. He has got podiums.
So
I
what's
thought,
so yeah? So look at these results, right? So Tomac 2-4, 2-2, 3-3, and then 13th 7. What happened? What
13,
happened
the
at the
bike
Southland?
blew up. Bike blew
Okay,
up.
this
That was
weekend he goes
one.
7th.
This week was
To me, like I
bad.
said, Tomac should be battling for races, wins, and he's not even close anymore. And that's he looked good at the beginning of the season when Jet and Hunter were still trying to figure it out, and Sexton was out. Well, guess what? Sexton's whooped his ass straight off the couch this past weekend.
hey,
Like
This is
I'm
also a
he's not
dude that
33.
even in
almost
the
retired last
conversation with
year.
these top guys anymore. Like he's not. He's like I said, he's battling Valentin Guillaume right now. That's crazy.
He needs to get on TRT or something. He's 34 years old. I get it. I know how it is.
Yeah, so like I said, just it's gonna play. Like I said, who knows what's gonna happen going into next season. Tomac's gonna go on a brand new bike. He's gonna go into an
I
aluminum
think that.
frame, a steel
Do you
frame
think
that
that
he's never ridden before.
as a lifelong Tomac hater, do you think a new KTM puts a fire under his ass and he comes out hot, or you think that he just
Mm-mm.
is worse?
No, I don't think so.
Eric's gonna have him finishing 15th to
He's
18th.
always rode an aluminum bike and going over to steel. I don't see it being going very well, to be
Cooper
honest.
Webb made it
Yeah, I mean,
work.
I think, like I said, like I think as the nostalgic, like, like I love Tomac fan. Like I like to think in my brain, I like to be like, okay, he's getting on a new bike, he's gonna have a new team, he's gonna have DeCoster in his back pocket. Hopefully, he comes out all cylinders firing. But I mean, you could be completely right. He could come out in Supercross, get 8th place, and be battling a fucking Barsha. I don't know.
No,
But he also
he's
came
going to
from
be good
Cali, went to
in
Star,
Supercross, I
and looked
think.
better than ever too. So maybe it
Yeah.
is
Also,
time for a little bike
But
change.
once
And
you're comparing back when he was in his 20s,
Yeah,
he's
he's
like
old.
like I said,
29. He's like
I think the problem now
29.
is that he's just old. He's just gotten old to this point. Like I said, Supercross, I think he'll
it
do fine in
it can
Supercross, but
happen though.
he keeps getting hurt in Supercross too.
It can happen. We just saw JMART fucking put a spanking on these young bucks.
Yeah, if Eli wants to go race the 250 class, yeah, I bet he would probably
Oh,
win. But all right, let's see here. Going into the rest of the 250s, those are really the two biggest storylines that I had in here. But just looking at let's look at the results here as far as
But
what
can we
happened
can
this
we
past
talk
weekend.
about Prado? Like, let's talk about
Yeah,
Prado. Like that was,
His
dude.
fitness is bad.
That first moto was, dude. That was so bad. He was in 4th place. Like, what was he like? 4 or 5 seconds off the lead. He finished like 99 seconds off the lead with like Lacurcio or some shit.
yeah,
Like
he
at
He
this
finished
got
point,
passed by
fourth. Yep.
him.
how is anybody still in on Prado? Like, how is anyone in our comment section yelling at us about Prado? Like, you need to get checked into a fucking psych ward if you're in the comments yelling at us about Prado, because this shit is crazy, dude. Like I'm not even a Prado hater. I wanted him to come over here and do good. Like I wanted, like when Caroli came back on the KTM. I wanted some of these guys to come out here and do good.
Hmm.
I want racing to be good. But I think I'm almost mad that I gave him these expectations of like coming out and podiuming and like seeing what he could do with Jet, and then him being so bad that random dudes that get 15th and MXGP are whooping his ass, and I'm like almost mad about it. I'm mad that he has this contract that with Kawasaki for however many years and however many millions of dollars. It like pisses me off, dude.
Yeah, and now there's even rumors going around that he's not even in shape, right? I think that was obvious at Redbud when he dropped as bad as he had, and even with this. So yeah, I
I
don't know.
just looked.
It's crazy to me. Like I said, anyone from MXGP that's considering coming over here to race 450s is probably like, no, not happening, because that was his poster child out there. That was their Jet, their
Or does
Eli,
that
whatever you want, their guy that's killing it, and they're getting smoked. And to be honest, I think he's gonna watch Vialle go over there on this HRC 450. I think Prado's gonna stick around one more year, but he's gonna be watching Vialle find some success in MXGP. And I think Prado bails out after year 2 and goes back over there.
Yeah, I just
I
looked
think he's
up.
gonna stick around at least one more year and see if he can kind of get it figured out.
dude,
I
I
looked
think
up
we're
his
to the
lap
point now where
times.
Kawasaki. I think Kawasaki is going to try to figure out getting rid of him. I think that we're getting to the point. Oh shit! Sorry, my phone's talking to me. I mean, not like right now. I'm not saying like after this season, but unless something drastically changes that I don't see happening, dude, I almost think it comes to the point where Kawasaki's like, all right, we need an attorney to go through this contract. Where the hell can we get out of this shit?
Hey, we've seen it multiple times, right? Webb broke away from KTM. I think it was outdoors or something. He just peace and they just bailed. So, yeah, it very well could come to that to where both sides just agree to part ways and move on. But yeah, same thing, right? I mean, Prado didn't come here to be battling for 10th places. He had expectations to come out here and win, and he is far, far from that. And like you said, at this rate, he's never going to win over here. There's nothing. And maybe he
Well,
can go get
and
his gas bike and sneak it over, but
he went from complaining nonstop about the bike was slow, and then this week he's like complaining that the bike doesn't handle. It's like everything seems to be an issue, and
yep,
then you hear like was it Tickle on Pulp? That's just like, dude, like we're doing shit. Like basically, chill the fuck out.
yep,
We're doing everything you can. You just need to figure out how to ride a dirt bike.
yep,
Yeah, I looked up his
yep.
lap times and he started out third in the race, and then when he dropped back to like eighth on lap, he was running like 2:03s, and then all of a sudden in one lap he dropped 5 seconds a lap. And for the rest of the race he was 5 seconds a lap slower. I'm like, how do you drop 5 seconds consistently that much? That's pretty much a fall every single lap on the track compared to what you were running. Like that's a
He
huge
gave
drop
up,
off
dude.
in fit. Yeah, it
No,
was
I
just a
think he just
complete
gives up.
quit. Yeah.
Yeah, he gave up. But yeah, I mean, look at these names that beat Prado. Valentine, we talked about, Tomac, Malcolm
Shock.
Stewart, Justin Barsha, RJ Hampshire. Those are all guys that you expect Prado to beat. Tomac, not so much, but I mean, you can't have those guys beating you overall when you're the factory #1 guy over at Kawasaki.
I
It's just
mean,
ugly.
he almost got passed by Harry Kulas. He barely beat
And then
him.
you can argue that his next moto was like better, but now we're getting to the point where
Yeah.
now we're starting to think when he's running fifth, sixth, and seventh that he's doing good. And it's like we almost like reset our expectations to him coming over here and battling for wins and podiums to like, oh yeah, he did really good. He got seventh, like
Mm.
it's like that's kind of like where we're at, I feel like.
Hey,
Yeah, I
Zach,
did.
what would have been more shocking? JMART winning Millville or Prado winning Millville?
Fuck,
JMART.
dude.
Probably JMART.
Dude, that's
Dude,
kind of a
that's a
fucked
tough
up question,
one.
but
Dude, that's tough.
uh, no, honestly, I think, yeah, dude, J Mart for sure, J Mart for sure. There's no fucking
What about
chance.
you,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Justin? You think?
Yeah, J-Mart, dude. I think you have to. I mean, if Prado got like lucky somehow won,
Dude,
like
I
I
don't
mean,
know. To
okay,
me,
but
CJ,
but
guys, home
J-Mart
track.
J-Mart was on the bike for 5 days before Millville, and he
To
was
me,
barely running 20th. He's barely scoring
the J
points.
Mart situation's like a fucking fairy tale movie, dude. Like you're never
Yeah,
seeing that again.
they should make a Disney
dude,
movie about
I
it.
think I would lean more Prado because I mean Prado would have had to be Jet. He would have had to be Hunter. He would have had to be Sexton.
Yep.
To
Lacurcio.
me, I don't
But
know, dude. I think I mean
here's the thing
the
though
J Mar's
is
cool, but fuck, dude, his home track. I mean, if it's gonna happen, that's where it's gonna fucking happen. Is your
but
own home
also
track, but.
this is a guy that got what 25th, 27th, 23rd, 20 fucking ninth,
But
Now he
barely
was
and
scoring
he
a
was running
point,
top 10
and
before
struggling.
he
then
started crashing, but
but then you look at Prado, who's gotten a whole shot. He's gotten like he's had a couple up front starts this
six
this
second
year.
lead actually.
So you know what I mean? Like he's like fuck. I don't know. It's a tough question, but I think the whole Jmart situation is just like a straight Disney movie, dog.
Yeah.
Like motocross couldn't have
It's
fucking
part
written it
two,
better,
yeah.
dude. Like, yeah,
Motocross
dude.
part two coming out.
Yeah.
What about you,
Yeah.
CJ? What Prado
Dude,
winning or J Mart?
I don't know. It's easy to say. It's easy to say like Jmart
Now that
now,
it's over.
but beforehand, like if you said like, hey, you have to bet $100 on either Jmart's gonna win or Prado's gonna win, I probably would have thrown in a paper shredder, dude. Like I I don't. I think I would have been like, you're fucking out of your mind. Like if you're like one of these is gonna happen and you have to bet on one, I think I would have been like, yeah, you're fucking crazy. Like
It's like an
there's
18
just
leg
no.
parlay that you're just
Yeah, yeah. There's just no chance. And yeah, dude, I don't know. I mean, Prado sucks. I don't think he can win, so that would have been tough. But I don't think anybody. I don't think Martin in his magical fairy tale dreams thought he was gonna win a moto and come out second, dude. Like I don't know. It was
I think
badass though.
I think the most fucked up part is that I put money on Faulkner with confidence that he was gonna beat
Yeah,
this guy,
exactly.
dude. Like
and like you said, Forkner rode
Uh,
great. Honestly,
yeah.
Did
Any
you?
other time or any
What
other
do you?
track, it
Hey,
probably would have been enough.
that first moto, honestly, when JMART started sliding back, I was like, Fortner started up front a little bit. I was like, this might get interesting. And then second moto came around, I was like, yeah, that ain't gonna work out.
That's funny.
Finally won $20 on
Yeah.
JMART. I'm only down like 50.
Hey,
Yeah.
did you get it? Did you get it yet, CJ, or what?
No, I'm gonna
Not
You
yet.
tell it to
better,
him
you
right
better
after
demand
this.
that
I was
shit.
waiting on that comment too.
That's funny.
Yeah, you're
All
still
right,
waiting
well,
on
let's see.
Eric's still waiting
Looking.
on that 100 for J Coop and Mookie too.
You guys make shit up all the time.
Mhm. So look at the rest of these results. So Hunter and Jet, they really separate themselves. Sexton 3-3, but I mean he was way off the pace there. RJ Hampshire 4-4. I mean he looks damn good on this 450, and I think we talked about it how it always seemed like it would suit him better after that heat race, and we're seeing it. Barsha 8-7 for fifth, Malcolm with a 6, Tomac 7th,
Dude, I
Valtine,
forgot Barsha
Prado.
was racing.
Yeah,
Okay,
8-7, and
honestly,
he gets a fifth overall.
decent ride.
Dude,
Speaking of
Barsha put
Barsha,
a pass on Prado. Like, bro, you're in
Yeah,
America.
Yeah, he did.
yeah.
Yeah, he fucking did, dude.
And he
speaking of
waited too to make sure to try to get him to fall too. It seemed like.
speaking of Barsha, did you guys see the interview where he was like trying to get like they were talking to him about trying to get rides and shit, and he was like, "I can win, dude. Like I can still win." Like, what do you guys think about that? Like,
I think he's
No
fucking
legit.
I mean,
chance.
he
crazy.
won.
Who has the
He
better
won
chance
what
at winning,
3
Prado or
Supercrosses in
Barsha?
a row.
Anaheim won. If it storms,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, hey, he will
Yeah,
be
I
on
don't
a
know.
Ducati brand new bike, Troy Lead team, and maybe something to
Speaking of
sprinkle some
that,
money on.
But he's
Tyrelli goes
but
23-10 this weekend.
Well,
Not as
dude, the
good as it
20.
was,
Yeah, but the
He was
but
stuck
23
under
was
his
fucking
bike.
sick, dude.
yeah, he was
He
fucking
got
cheeked up.
smashed.
He was
I
cheeked
thought
up
that
in
ride.
Yeah,
Millville, dog.
yeah,
was
almost
that
I
double
thought
was it
G.
that.
Grant Harlow? Was that the one that picked it up off of him, or was
Welton,
that
Welton, Marshall
Welton? That's
Welton.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude,
He
that
said in
ride.
an
Yeah.
I thought that
interview.
ride was sick. To come
Yeah.
from fourth place, getting just smoked to 23rd. That was a ride, dude. Caroli's better than Prado.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
100%.
No.
yes,
Bullshit.
Yeah, we watched them
yes,
race each other. Prado's beat him twice. No, he's not. No, he's not.
dude. He was
My
beating
Bro,
him
he's
No,
on a
just
he's not.
before his
factory
bike blew up.
Kawasaki and a
He's on a
stock
stock
fucking Chinese
Ducati,
bike.
And the no,
Italian. Come on.
Cairoli is not better than
Let
Prado.
me ask Eric. Let me ask you this: that corner, Prado and fucking Cairoli wad up together. They're both cheeked up. Who fucking finishes better in the moto?
Bag.
Prado.
No,
No,
Probably.
Prado
You're
almost
no.
dropped
fucking
back
Yeah, he
lying,
into
is.
dude.
fucking Caroli.
You're out of
Prado
No,
would
your
have pulled.
mind.
I don't
Prado
think
would have pulled
so.
right off to the mechanics area right away. I got sand in my
No,
crack.
like
Prado
I
and
said, they've
Sexton
My
are
raced.
ass is
They've already
out.
raced head to head, and he's beaten them both times. So I'm going with the stats here.
Prado and Sexton are two peas in a pod. They're gonna be fucking great, crying like crazy next year on the Kawasaki, dude. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh
Make
man.
KTM great again.
Yeah, you
So
can't.
let's see. Let's just look at the overall point standings here. We know Jets running away with this thing,
Is it
337 over Hunter.
is 51
Jay Coop
ahead?
has a 1 point lead over Tomac, but RJ Hampshire's creeping up there. I don't think RJ maybe does. Let's do that. What percentage do you give RJ to maybe fight to get up to that third overall
How
spot? He's
many?
26 points back.
26 from who?
Tomac and Jay Coop are ahead of him.
I think it's to be
JQ's
close.
pretty consistent.
But
To
he's
Yeah,
put
only
he
hasn't
went
26,
really been very
513.
consistent though.
Went 513 this week.
Yeah.
26 points on J Cube is a lot, I feel like.
I feel like Jay
I
Coop hasn't been riding that good lately, has he?
I think he can pull it within like 10 to 15 points, but there's not when you get back into like fifth, sixth, seventh place. There's not a lot of like point spread to be able to make up points that quick.
Yeah, J Cube
Yeah,
needs like a
so
bike failure or something.
this is actually Jay
I
Coop's worst.
mean,
He got a 10th. Other than that, the worst he's ever had was a 5th. So
Yeah, I think J Cube pulls farther away.
you think so, huh?
I don't know, dude. I see Hampshire riding way better than he has
J
been.
Coop lost
Yeah,
10
I
points
think so
today.
too.
This weekend J Coop lost 10 points alone
I mean, RJ's coming off
to
of
Hampshire.
back-to-back fourth places, so I mean, who knows? I mean, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be tight between those two for sure. I think they're gonna be battling quite a bit. But it's really cool to see RJ go out there and compete at this level. I mean, that's sick. But once again, it just shines more light on the Prados, the Tomacs, where a guy rookie year, Husqvarna, is beating both of them and pretty impressively too, recently. What about anything else 450s before we wrap it up? All right. Well, hey, we got Wash Google this weekend, then we got a break. There's gonna be the Friday pulp start thing. I know Justin, what's the track out there that you usually have a big race for the day before?
It's PIR, the Portland International
Yeah.
Raceway.
Who knows? Maybe we can reach out to Braden, see if he ended up doing it, see how it went
I
with him. Because
saw,
then when we had him on, he's like, I definitely want to do it. I've never done it.
I saw him post today. It's either today or yesterday. He had his whole motor completely pulled out and everything. So maybe he's pulling everything out, rebuilding his bike
Yep.
for it. But it's a little close to Thursday.
Yeah. No kidding. Well, all right, boys. Well, once again, thank you for listening. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube as well. But hey, we'll be back next week, and then we'll be off for a couple weeks. But thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.